Welcome. Welcome, everyone. How are you guys doing? All good, all good. I see a lot of familiar faces here. Really good. I see Thomas is here. I see Cecilia, you joined in last time. I see Mary, how are you? AGRB Design as well is here. Robert, really good. Okay, so let's start this. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna teach you today some of the basics, okay? So let me go back a little bit. How to actually make money with AI voice agents. So probably everyone is asking this question, right? How do you actually start making money with AI voice agents, right? Can you actually make money with AI voice agents? It's probably the question that everyone is asking themselves right now. Okay, see a lot of enthusiasm here, so let's get this going. I'm going to teach you about the niches, the script, the math, a live build that we're going to do. We have someone here that's going to show us a little bit of his agency and a cool proposal and a cool offer that he's bringing onto the table. So everyone grab a pen. This one is going to be a dense one. So this is what I do every single day. I run actually now a few AI voice agencies. Yes, this is recorded. We'll have it all in the school for later on. But if you want to get your note taker, whatever in, I'll have someone let them in as well. Just let me know. So this is what we do every single day, right? We actually own a few AI voice agencies. We're trying to become the biggest kind of player in the whole AI voice agency game. Okay, so we don't only own, probably a few people know here, Next AI Voice, that's our main one, but EcoCo Pro and a few others in Europe, right, that we've partnered along the years. So we've been doing this for the past 3 years, okay? 2,450 agents built and sold. Last year we cleared almost 500,000, okay? So 435,000 K, right, generated in 2025. Zero technical background when I started. If I can wire this up, so can you. Okay, so watch out. So there are going to be 6 frameworks that you guys are going to learn today. So first one, who to sell to, the filter that finds boring niches widely booming, and you'll learn why you need to start thinking differently and start targeting boring or different or non-saturated niches. Okay. Number 2, how to drop, how to book calls. Okay. Outreach, where the message itself is the demo. You'll hear a little bit more about what I'm trying to talk about. I posted a few videos about this days ago, but you'll see. Okay. Then we're going to build using buildwithhermes.com an agent. We're going to show you the platform from the inside. And if you're interested, you can create your own account while I'm doing it myself. Then the sales call, okay, the audit, the exact call flow, pricing that closes. Then the agency teardown. I audit a real agency. Okay, we have Thomas here that's going to tell us a little bit of how he's doing right now, his experience with AI voice, the offer he's proposing, and if there's anyone here that also want us to kind of take a look at their agency, we can too. Okay. So Wait a second so I don't miss your messages. I see the wood. When we get to the whole audit part, we'll leave some questions. Okay. For now, just keep watching. Okay. Let me move this a little bit here so I can see you guys. See when you guys are talking. Okay, good enough. Then, then your action plan. So you're gonna leave today. It's really important that you stay till the end so that you leave today actually with real value. Okay, with an action plan ready to execute and start your AA agency today. So three forces just line up. That's your window. So probably already know this if you're in the industry, but local businesses miss 25 to 40% of inbound calls. Everyone is money on the floor. If you've been a while, like I've been selling voice agents, you've heard a lot about this, but this is kind of the key metric, right? And yes, for most of the people asking the question, you can still sell to local businesses, right? But I'm going to teach you how to sell to businesses that some people call it boring, but that are actually minting millionaires in 2026. Okay. So local businesses mean 25 to 45% income costs. They can't hire, front desk labor is costly, flaky, and quits. Okay. And number three, AI voice is finally good enough to trust with a live customer. So you're not selling AI, you're selling never missing a call again, a problem they already feel. So the really important thing here, the first point I'm gonna point out is you never sell the features, right? Most of you are probably making the mistake of saying, "Oh, my AI agent is really cool. He can answer the phone 24/7, and he talks really human, and he can book appointments." I mean, all of that is good if they ask, okay, but you need always, and this is not just for AI voice agents, but you need to always sell the problem, okay? Sell the pain point, right? And to the pain point, you saw the solution, right? But you need to talk about the real pain point. So the real pain point in this case is to not miss a call. Why don't you miss a call? Because that call is gonna cost you money, or it's gonna cost the business money, right? So pick your model. There are different models going out there to start your AI voice agency. One is a typical monthly retainer build it, right? Charge anywhere from 300 to 1K a month to run it. Recurrent and sticky. Really good one. Okay, depends how you want to structure it. And obviously there are many people that ask me which one is the best one. There is no best one, right? Like you just need to try one and stick to it long enough so that it makes sense in the long run, right? So monthly retainer is a really good one because you have the monthly retainer, but you sacrifice that sometimes your clients churn by no charging a setup fee. But it's really good to get in clients, but it's kind of risky in the long run, and you'll find out why. If you do setup plus monthly, obviously it's harder for you to close clients, but in the long run it makes more sense. I mean, this is going to sound counterintuitive, but people that pay setup, people that pay more usually are more willing to see it work, right? And to help you make the agent better by proposing scripts, by proposing good feedback to you for you to make the agent better, right? And let me so setup plus monthly. Then the model three is a white label SaaS that you're gonna find out. This is a new one that you're gonna find out how to do that one as well. So you resell the platform as your own brand, a real software company, okay? And you can do this with buildwithhermes.com. Then for one, the money isn't in the cool niches. Okay, this is the first thing. It's in the boring, painful ones. So I burned 6 weeks on restaurants, and we started 150 a month offers, a $40 table, can justify it. A dentist misses a call, that's a $3,000 patient. Same product, 10 times the willingness to pay. So it's really important that you know how to choose a good niche. Okay. Every single niche could be good in general terms. Obviously, it depends how you do it, right? If you are targeting restaurants, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because first, they don't have a lot of money. It's kind of hard to get them to say yes, and you can't sell them unless they're like a chain, right, of a lot of restaurants that you end up having a good deal. But you eventually have to upsell them because for them a $40 table is not going to be worth a $150 a month offer, or even less, 1,000 a month offer. Okay. For example, a dentist, 100%. We're now in, we just started a new venture that you're going probably going to see videos about it. It's called Eagle Co Pro, where we're targeting restoration companies, right? Water restoration companies, people that really have an emergency problem, right? And most of this are paid by, give me a second, Thomas. Most of this are paid by the actual insurance, right? So for the owners, actually easy money, right? And these are 30, $40,000 jobs. So the pain filter, be phone dependent. So this is how you find a good niche. Write it down. How do you find good niches to sell AI voice agents to? Use the pain filter. Okay. P, phone dependent. Businesses that use that runs on inbound calls. No calls equals no revenue. That's the first one you need to find out. Then second one, A, high amount per customer. One customer is worth $500 plus for this to make sense. Okay, that's a good one. If you want to throw in a few, so we can start to get the chat going. So that would set roofers. Um, what else do you guys have? AIC landscaping, good. What else? Keep throwing in some good ones. Okay, I see pool cleaning. That's a very interesting one. Pretty good one. Yeah, I see drain cleaning. Okay, pretty good. What else do you guys have? Plumbers, car dealerships. Yeah, those are the common ones. Try to think of what uncommon ones there are. Okay, try to see if you guys can think of any. So I see, yeah, painting companies. Okay, that's pretty good. So all that you need to think about is phone dependent amount per customer, and ignored calls. They already miss a chunk after hours on a job from the slam, so that they actually have the pain of the problem. Yeah, HVAC is a really good one. Leave, if you have any questions, just start dropping them in the chat, and then I'll answer them when we have time for questions. Okay. Yeah, just drop your questions in. Really good. Then and no fix in place. So the owner can't or won't solve it for no time, no tech, hates the phone, whatever the reason is. There are many objections that could go, that could happen, really. Um, so yeah, keep dropping them the questions in the chat. So how to use it, score before you spend a single hour. So Dennis, 8 go, P2 phone run, A2 3K patient, slam desk, uh, probably no time to fix it. It's a perfect target. So it's always helpful to target unsaturated niches that have money, right? Don't try to go for the low ticket kind of offers out there. So clothing shop, they have a lot of walk-ins, like restaurants, they have low ticket, right? The math will never clear, and the math is gonna be your highest leverage point, right? Don't fall in love with it. Okay, so it's 6 out of 8, or you don't touch it, and that's how you rank it. Okay, so just use that as a reference. So, 8 boring niches printing money for AI agencies in 2026. Boring businesses, okay? Unsaturated businesses. For example, septic drain, emergencies, hates the phone, okay? And a job can go anywhere from $400 to 2, 3, 5K. Okay, depends what septic drain company you are targeting, but it goes around there. But there are not a lot of them. But if again, you don't need 100 clients if you're getting per client $2,000 a month. I mean, if you just get 10 clients, $2,000 a month, that's 20 grand a month. That's all you need, right? To be honest. Dental, this is a good one, but because almost everyone that has messaged me, I've talked about dental. It's a good one, but everyone's talking about it like med spas, right? HVAC, um, then property management, after hours plus tenants, right? So um, it's really good. It's recurring. The only problem with this one is that sometimes they don't have a lot of time, right? So that might be a problem. Law firms, really good, boring one. But again, these are all like kind of the boring ones you kind of get and the common ones. But after this call, in the new school community, in the new tier of the school community, and that's the offer you're gonna be getting, you're gonna see more like the septic drain, like the water restoration ones, and that's just gonna is gonna be available for our premium tier in the school community. But you're able to see it. So HVAC, roofing, med spas, auto repair. You all know that all of those work, right? The formula that closes every deal: loss times month equals customer value times missed calls times close rate. Then your price, 3 to 5% of what they're losing. Ask 500 to save 18,000, and is the cheapest thing they'll buy all year, right? You always need to compare it to what the actual cheapest thing for them is going to be. So if a job for them is in a year they're missing X amount of calls. So you just do the math. It's really simple. If they're losing X amount of calls a year, how much does it each call is worth for the business times the amount of calls they lose a year? That's the amount they lose in dollars a year, right? That you're saving them just by paying X amount of dollars a month, right? So the dental math: one new patient is worth 3K. Okay, calls missed per month, that's 40. Let's say, for example, 40 calls missed. Even 15% would have booked, that's 6 new patients. And this is on the low end, right? On the floor month, that's $18,000 they could have made. 18K walking out the door, it's 500 to catch it. Silence, right? It's really important that you use silence in your advantage when you are doing these close calls or cold calls or any sales calls. And then they say yes. So use the math, show it like I'm showing this one. There is a calculator in the aivoicekit.com. There is a calculator in buildwithhermes.com. Then I can show you after this, but that you can show them the math live, that they can see it live. Then, which is better? Agency niche, dentists, septics, right? Both print, but nobody's competes for septic. The embarrassing niche is a mode, right? So it would depend. Then the niches that will break your bank: restaurants, $40 ticket, right? No room to pay. My 6 week lesson. and you can read this in the school community. We did a post about this. Retail, walk-in businesses, phone barely matters, fails. Anything under $100 per customer, the math never clears, right? Fails, right? Broke businesses, paying doesn't equal ability to pay, fails. Okay, so again, use this, right? Use the math, okay, and use the pain filter as well. This is what's gonna identify for you what's the best niche to sell AI voice agents to in 2026. Okay, pain filter, right? You score it, then you choose which one is not that saturated, the formula, and then the math. Okay, so the dental math, then stop DMing 200 people, drop a voicemail, and let your AI lead it. Ringless phone lands straight to their box, no ring, no gatekeeper, and when your AI recorded, the message is the demo. Okay, so there are many ways, and I drop a video that actually went pretty well about using slide broadcast, right, to actually uh, drop voicemails to possible leads. Okay, what I realized that because we do it for actual hot and warm leads and people that have signed up, right, not precisely for for um okay, I think I got, okay, can you hear me now? Yeah. So the drop opener, disrupt, pattern interrupt in the first 3 seconds, not hi, my name is. This is the worst opener that you can do for cocos, for whatever it is that you're trying to sell for. It doesn't matter. It's hi, my name is X and I work for X company. That's the worst one. Okay, don't do it because they instantly know. Even if even it's even worse if you're doing cocos, right? If you start saying hi, my name, that's no one cares about that anymore. That doesn't work. That doesn't create anything. The only thing that it creates is a barrier between you and the person you're calling because you're telling them that you're pitching them something. So you always need to use a disrupt pattern, right? And this is, we're talking specifically here how to structure these voicemail drops, but how you do it, because I saw someone ask, is you use slide broadcast. You can see one of my videos I posted lately. So you use one of number two unethical ways to get clients for your AI voice agency. Look for that video. You'll see kind of how the process goes, but don't do it for cold leads, but for warm leads, if you're running ads, so if you already have a lead of leads, this could work really well. So disrupt, pattern interrupt in the first 3 seconds. Know hi, my name is. Say something else, like, for example, we're now running some cold colors for our new endeavor called Eagle Cold Pro for these water restoration companies. And what we're doing is and this has worked for us in Next AI, in the other AI agency we started, that is you actually just call like if you were a customer, right? You call and say, hi, so at what times do you guys close? Let's say, for example, you're selling AI after hours agent. So at what time do you guys close, right? And they say, well, I close at X time, whatever. And then you say something like, well, so if I actually called at X time, who would answer the phone? Does it go to voicemail, whatever? And the new strategy we're using right now, it's a pretty good one, okay, is that we pre-call, right? Every single night we have our call callers pre-call, and we've used this in the past and it works pretty well, and it works now in Next AI. We're using it in Eagle Call Pro right now, and where you call the actual leads that you have the night before and you actually test out, this is specifically for the after hour AI receptionist, right? If they don't answer, or they go to voicemail, or it rings 2 or 3 times and they don't answer the phone, it's a good opportunity for you to sell the agent. Like they have the actual problem, right? That you can solve for them. So our reveal, that's was left by my AI. So going back to the example here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use a tool like slide broadcast, where you're gonna sell to an X amount of numbers a voicemail, right? You're gonna drop a voicemail. You can drop it like the example here, where it says that it's an AI, right? Talking to them like, hi, I'm the AI of X person. I actually want to talk to you about, I want to sell myself. Once, what we actually did was that we uh, told the agent to basically leave the voicemails as if was herself looking for a job. So, for example, we were running some ads, and we got a leads a list of dead leads that we didn't convert. So we had the agent record a voicemail, right, saying, hi, my name is Erica. I'm looking for a job as a receptionist. I'm actually an AI and I just got fired, right? And that sets yourself apart. Again, stop. What you need to think to succeed is stop thinking like everyone else. That's the only secret, right? Like, use what the kind of structured people are using, but then readapt it and think something disruptive. Think of something different, right? Like that example, your AI selling itself, looking for a job, saying it got fired. I mean, that's gonna get some answer, right? Rather than you just saying, "Hi, my name is Peter from Eagle Co Pro. I wanted to sell you some." No one cares about that pitch, right? Then, oh, own their pain. Name the missed call money in their words, right? Like, um, always, like I said at the beginning, talk about the pain, right? Own it, right? Talk about it. Peel the actual onion. Try to figure out what their pain is. In a short voicemail, you can just name missed calls equal missed money or whatever. Then P, that's prompt. One tiny ask, reply yes. A curiosity gap, never a pitch. So you always need to ask them to do something. Like in every video, you need a CTA. You need something at the end that would make them do something. It's not like, hi, my name is whatever, and I want to sell you an AI receptionist. Cool. No, you need to say, answer yes if this is something that interests you. And in the example of the AI receptionist selling himself, you need to ask them for you to know and actually record if the campaign is going successfully, right? Under 20 seconds, hey, this is front desk you don't have yet, right? This serve is just an example. I noticed you might be missing calls after hours. That's book jobs walking to a competitor on the pain. Here's the thing, I'm not a person. I'm an AI, and I just left you this. I'd reveal. Imagine me catching every call you miss. Reply yes, and I'll show you in 2 minutes. Yeah, Thomas. So yeah, cold calling with agents is illegal. You shouldn't do it. This is for, like I said at the beginning, when you already have a list of leads, or you bought a lead of leads, right? And then you use this to drop into their voicemail. So we use this for a DBR campaign. That's a dead lead reactivation campaign, right? The database reactivation campaign, that we had this list of leads that we couldn't sell to, but they applied in the past or whatever. So it's not cold calling per se, right? But yeah, so you just drop the voicemail. Yeah, this is a front desk, whatever it is, or you can just run some ads and have the ads call the actual agent, and the agent says something like this. That could also work, right? But yeah, cold calling, you need to do it yourself, right? Or hire people to do it for you. Where the leads come from. So either Google Maps, and this is kind of the free way you're gonna actually find leads. Obviously, there are many ways, and now what we're doing, we actually have a large team of devs, so not everyone can do this when they're started, but we built it all using Claude. And if you learn just a few things or two, or if you research a little on YouTube, you can scrape these leads for free. Like one of the best things you can buy is the $200 a month Claude subscription. If you use it every single day and you use it to scrape leads, you use it to kind of engage with leads, you use it for almost everything, is worth it 100%. More than paying, and at the end, you're going to be paying 500, 600, 700 for many different tools that with Cloud Code you can build it, purpose built for your specific case, right? You can use free scrapers, you can filter by reviews. These are all pretty good ways to find your first clients. Go on Facebook groups, post some things on Facebook groups, try to get some engagement in someone post in Facebook groups, so they're free. Try to get some post in Reddit as well, answering a few questions. Always start by helping out, and then you get what you get something back almost 100%. So the openers plus the cadence, the free audit hook, can it audit your phones, right? This could be a line, call their line, catch the breaks, show them the missed call money, value first, the audit is the pitch. So kind of cold calling opening we're using right now, and a cold calling script we're using right now that we're actually uploading that kind of class today. But it was that we are kind of like I said, calling the night before and kind of making them a bet, right? So this script is called the bet, right? What we do is that we tell the business owners, hey, again, what times we got closed, whatever. We almost always start with that line, but you say something like, let me make you a bet, right? If I call your phone, because you say that you're open 24/7, if I call your phone at 11 p.m., right, in your water restoration company, in this example, you need to answer the phone. Like that's like $10,000, $20,000 worth of a job. If it's in the 2 in the morning, it's because it's an emergency. It's gonna cost them a lot of money. And you say something like, "Let me make you a bet. If I call at this time and no one picks up, if someone picks up, I'll never call again. But if no one picks up, you give me 15 seconds to tell you what I called you for." Okay. In that case, the bet is already won, because if you did it right, you're calling them because last night you called them right at 11 p.m. and they didn't answer. So what you're gonna say is, well, actually, funny enough, I already called and no one answered. Right? So you won the bet, you made a joke kind of out of it, you laugh it out, and then you make the pitch, right? That's how you set yourself apart from your competitors. So tap your niche below. We already went through that. How to run the call. Ask what happens to call after hours or when the desk is lamb, right? Uncover the number. What's the customer worth? So we already went through this. How many calls slip? Get them to say it. Demo, phone their line, let it ring out, then have your AI answer live, right? Impact, run the money math, show the 18K on the floor, tie down, offer the first rung of the ladder. Let's just catch after hours free for 2 weeks. So this is another way of how do you actually run the call for you to memorize, right? You ask. So how do you run the call when you are doing calls for AI voice agencies? You first ask what happens to calls after hours, for example, and you're gonna see why we're talking so much about after hours. Uncover the number. What's the customer worth? right? How much money? The demo, phone their line, let it ring out, then have the AI answer live, right? That's a way to do it. Impact, run the money path, and tie it down. Okay. And how do you tie it down? You usually, and this is what we're gonna see next. Well, after this, the boiling frog method. Okay, so stick for that to the end. Let themselves sell it themselves, right? How many calls a day do you get? And honestly, how many go to voicemail? What's one new customer actually worth to you? What happens to a call at 7 p.m. on a Saturday? If you never miss another call, what would that be worth to you? Now we're not pitching. We're just doing the math on their numbers, right? So the first rule of cold calling is, if you're asking the questions, you're leading the conversation, right? You need to be asking the questions. That's the only way you're gonna be leading the conversation. Okay. If they're asking the questions, you lost it already, right? You need to be in control. And why is so important that you ask the questions? Because you're guiding the conversation into the path of a possible revenue or a possible client, right? If you tell them how many calls do you get, and honestly, how many go to voicemail, you start to get them to that the solution you're proposing is the thing that they want to get, right? And in next masterclass and for the premium members, we're gonna see more cold calling objection techniques. So you're gonna see, but for now, this is it. Make them field the missed call, on the call, phone their own business number, speaker on, let it ring out to voicemail, silence, they feel it. This is another strategy that you can use. It's not that really recommendable, right? But if you're talking, and this is another leverage point why this strategy sometimes work, is because if you're talking, let's say for example, you're doing a cold call and and the receptionist answers, right? You have another phone in hand, and what you're gonna do is while you're talking to them and doing the pitch, you're gonna call that phone number, and they're gonna say, "I'm receiving another call." You're gonna tell them, "No, that other call is me." What happens is I'm a customer, right? I'm talking to you, trying to figure out how to schedule a job with you, right? You're getting my details and whatever, and another person calls. Right? What happens? Right? They don't have the answer to that because they can't answer both phones at the same time. They have to leave one hanging, right? Your AI phone, your AI receptionist can handle up to 5 to 10, even 20 calls at the same time, right? So let it ring out a voicemail, silence, they feel it. That just happened to a customer today. Now watch my AI answer and build it live, right? So I'm going to show you how is billwithhermes.com. Okay, give me just a second. So if you've gone to billwithhermes.com, as you can see here you can create, this is the best tool you're gonna use to actually build and sell AI voice agents in 2026 is this tool right here. It's basically an AI voice agency in a box. Okay, I'll explain. Welcome all the people that have joined. Okay. So billwithhermes.com, this is the best tool in 2026 for AI voice agencies, right? Yeah, keep dropping those emojis. I know many people here are users of billwithhermes.com, right? It's only available right now in the United States or for people that have clients in the US, right? But it's the best platform again in 2026 to build AI voice agencies. Why? Because it was built by AI voice agency owners. It's not like Go High Level or these other tools that were built for other purposes. This specifically to sell AI voice agents is changing to kind of be the main SaaS company for AI agencies in general, but right now it's focused on AI voice, SMS, email, right? specifically AI voice, how to build AI receptionist, why it's so good, right? Not only because it was built by people that run agencies, right? Not only because it's trained with prompts of actual businesses that are using these agents right now live, right? Not only because it's trained with all the conversations of our 2,000 agents we've created over the past 3 years, okay, but also because structure wise it has the best kind of setup for you to scale your AI voice agency without having to rely on a big dev team. Because uh, what hurts the margin of an AI voice agency right now is your dev team. Is having to hire someone to build this whole voice agent for you. With buildwithhermes.com, you simply have your agency mode or your agency view where you can see every metric for all your clients, right? This is a demo account. As you can see, I'm showing you this demo account because this is what you are going to see if you're opening buildwithhermes.com right now. You can just create an account now for free, right? And you'll get 5 minutes because you're on this call. So you can create just your account and start trying it out. But here, to explain you a little bit of how buildwithhermes.com works, is if you use Go High Level, you have your agency view and then you have your sub accounts. Well, here you have your agency view and you have your workspaces, right? So your agency view is the view of your agency, how many clients you have, what's the gross margin, how many calls in general your agents are doing, active campaigns, the total MRR, what clients, workspaces, what clients, live operations, what calls are running right now, what's the activity of your company, the connection rate, the voice engine uptime, the database, how many milliseconds is running right now. And you can see the cards of your individual agents. So when it was created, how many minutes they have prepaid, how many agents they have active, right? Um, yeah, many more. And tickets, this is where you can put in tickets for the buildwithhermes.com team to check out. Then your workspace, and one of the most amazing things, but you need to acquire the agency plan, but you can white label this. So this is not only the best AI voice agency platform because all of the things I mentioned before, but also because you can white label this and sell it as your own. And this was the third thing I was showing you in the presentation. But you can put in branding, right? And you can change the logo, the colors, right? See how it would look. And if we go to the actual dashboard, you'll see that it changed color, right? And this is something that you can give to your clients and will not appear as Hermes.com, but it would appear as your own brand. So you can give this dashboard to your clients so that you feel way more professional and you keep setting yourself apart from your competitors, right? Like that's the whole point, right? You need to be able to set yourself apart, to differentiate yourself from other, right? So here you can have your dashboard, and this is what your clients are going to see. You can see what your clients are going to see, so you can set it up. You can create your agents, right? Pretty really easy. You can buy phone numbers for your clients in here. You have your own CRM with contacts, right? A calendar for the agents to book the appointments in the calendar of your client, all in one single platform. The pipeline, so you can track the stage of each lead, the deals, right? For you to import leads of a list of leads, and for you to segment into groups, right? And here you have API keys, webhooks, integrations, what locations, what's the team, so you can invite your client, right, and they can check everything out here. You run all your agency in one single platform. No more relying on N8N and retail and VAPI and Go High Level and giving your clients 10 different invoices, right? It just makes you look worst, right? So if we go back here, I explained your whole agency, one code, so no code, telephony, white label, billing, kill hourly, you recover revenue, not your time, right? The model that scales, set up monthly per location, anchored to their loss, right? Always think about this when you're thinking about pricing for AI voice agency. The model that scales is you either use setup fees and a monthly or per location and you charge per location or per outcome and you anchor it under loss. To kind of finish this off before we go to the audit with Thomas is use what's the best way to acquire your first client for your AI voice agency in 2026. Okay, the untalked about way, best way for AI voice agents to get clients in 2026, the boiling frog method or the boiling frog ladder. Okay, how does this work? If you've seen my videos, I posted about this. So you always start small and you expand, right? Why is called the boiling frog method? Because how you cook a frog, right? If you put a frog in boiling water, it jumps out immediately, right? If you put it in warm or cold water and you start to put up the heat, it would just feel comfortable and stick through the hot water. Okay, let me explain to you this in business terms. So you start setting something small, like an after hours receptionist. That's not going to be a 24-hour receptionist because you know that many businesses don't like 24/7 receptionists to start off with. So an after hours receptionist, and then, or a Google review agent, or whatever agent you can sell for $500, right? You get your foot in the door, you get the trust of the client, and then you scale up. Don't be scared of charging not that much to start off, because the whole point is that you scale up that account, you scale up that client, and you keep including and stacking up products for them. So you scale from $1,000 a month client to $5,000 a month client. And then the other clients that are too, I don't want to scale, I just want to stick with this, and they're creating a lot of problems for you. One of the best decisions you're gonna make when you actually scale to 50, 100, 150, 200 k month is firing clients. One of the biggest secrets to scaling your AI voice agency to 200 to $300 a month is firing clients. Okay, yeah, I know I know a lot of people are surprised about this, but some are gonna agree with me. When you scale that much, you don't care about that $1,000 client, because that just blocks you from getting another 5,000 a month client, right? So fire your clients, but this is only when you are in the 50, 100 k month, because before you can't risk that much. Okay. But this is kind of how a progression could go for the boiling frog method. Catch after hour calls, 2 weeks, no risk, $300. They see, save money. Full after hours receptionist, $500 a month. Daytime overflow too. I mean, these are just like the minimum you should charge. We're charging way more, and you could charge way more than 300, 500, 751 k a month. Okay. That three objections that kill deals and the words, right? It'll sound robotic. You say, let me play you 20 seconds, play a real clip, neighbor argue it, show it. The best way for you to make a sale, never, never, the worst thing that you can do is argue, right? No, it's really good. Let me tell you that it's so good because it sounds so, and it's using the best AI models. No one gives a shit about your AI models. No one. I mean, there's no a single client we've talked to that cares about what AI models you're using for your agent, right? I mean, let's be honest here. All you need to care about is actual results. Okay, all they care about is results. I mean, obviously, depending if you're saying to tech companies, but they won't need your service anyway. So I'm not technical. That's exactly why I'm here. You never touch it. I build it. I run it. You just get the book calls. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about this in our premium group. Then, why most never land a client? The three mistakes keeping you broke: chasing cool niches instead of painful ones. Feel pain before you start. Perfecting the agent for weeks instead of sending 20 messages today. It's kind of the biggest misconceptions everyone gets when they started. I need to make this agent perfect. It needs to sound so human. It needs to sound so good. I mean, they're already pretty good agents. If you use something like Build with Hermes or any other platform, they're good enough. You just need to make it useful, right? You just need to grab a pain point and solve it. I mean, that's it. If the agent sounds robotic, or most of them nowadays don't sound robotic, but let's say, for example, to put some extreme scenario, it sounds robotic, but the other option they had was a voicemail. I can 100% guarantee. I mean, banks use, when you call a bank, you hear a robotic voice. Press one if you do this, press two. They are not even using voice agents, human voice agents, and they still have a lot of success, right? So it's not about the voice, not about perfecting it. It's about actually solving a pain point that they're having. That's not just for voice agents, that's for any product in the world in general, right? Pitching the price instead of anchoring to their loss, you sound expensive, right? So now's your time, Thomas. If you wanna share, not share your screen, but your camera, and kind of talk to us a little bit more about what your offer is right now. Let me see if I see you.
Hey, Alfredo. Hey, everyone. By the way, really great stuff. I really like the how when you say you're gonna make a bet with them, and then if they didn't pick up, then can you give me 15 seconds? And how many calls a day do you? This basically, like you said, they're closing themselves. And if somebody were to call, and you and I are on a call right now, and the main line is busy, what happens to that call? I think it's really, really good. I'm just writing some stuff down here. Yeah, so essentially, thanks for the introduction. My name is Thomas. I'm 28 years old from Canada. I come from a journalism background. It's funny enough, I did 2 years in home services as a helper. And so, for example, I was working as an assistant, building decks, drywall, painting. Really hard labor, right? And then it's funny. Just this was before I got into college. So when I got into college, I studied journalism, worked a little bit in media, and then I got into tech sales, selling as AI startups. So it was funny how I connected the two between selling AI and actually working. So I think it's a nice kind of full circle moment. And basically, I think I've already kind of touched on it before, but the whole thing about kind of standing yourself out apart from your competition. I decided to do performance based. Basically, I personally really love this term, growth partner. I'm a growth partner. Essentially, if you don't win, I don't win. And I really feel that a lot of people, especially in their 50s and 60s, are very wary of technology, very scared. And I think that at least if you can alleviate the financial risk, what offer am I running? So essentially, I'm working with roofing contractors. I've launched a week, so I still haven't signed a client, but fun enough, I'll reschedule 4 demos. So I think in 4 demos in 1 week, I would say the offer is taking off really well. But basically, what I do is I take 5 to 10% of each roof that the AI will. Well, the AI doesn't sell the roof. The AI schedules on-site inspections, and full roof replacements are anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000. So a 5 to 10% commission on a $10 to $30,000 roof is basically what I lead with when I pitch them. It's funny. Yeah, I was actually I was on mute, thank God, but I was actually laughing when Alfredo was talking about the LLMs. It's nonsense, because it's just a lot of people are like, "Hi, I have your LLM," and like, what the hell? Like, for example, I was talking to a 60-year-old the other day, and as soon as he said, "What's a CRM?" I knew I was going to close. But yeah, it's basically like that. So again, no clients. I just launched. I'm setting up my LLC, my Stripe, my Mercury bank account, because I'm in Canada. So I'm doing all of that. I actually had to pitch an investor, like a family friend, $2K just to start this. But I decided to do the performance-based. And just in 1 week, I've gotten 4 demos, sending cold DMs, cold calling, cold emailing. And yeah, 4 demos in 1 week, I would say it's pretty good. I think it has to do with 2 things. The fact that it's a performance-based software, I think that's also intriguing, but also the fact that I'm going after the most expensive niche in home services, because it's a plumber's $300 job, a locksmith is $100, a painter, depends, HVAC $250. So I think going after something that's
let me cut you off for a little second.
good.
So it's really good that what you're saying here, and this is a really good opportunity to kind of explain this. So the secret, like I said at the beginning or in the middle of the presentation, is that you need to set yourself apart. And in the example we were talking about niches, right? And that's just one way you set yourself apart, right?
Mhm.
In your case, you're talking roofing. If we talk about the niches that are saturated, probably roofing is kind of the one that's saturated, right? But you're setting yourself apart with the offer, right? So you're actually still doing what you should be doing, right? So either you offer the monthly, the typical offer to a water restoration company or septic, right? Or you offer something different, right? Like what you're doing, kind of a growth partner. You word it differently, a performance-based kind of commission structured with them. That probably you're gonna get, and in the first conversation we had, I told you that probably you're gonna get a few demos in, right? And you're probably gonna get a few clients in pretty quick, right? Because your offer is pretty low risk for them, right? The only issue with that kind of offer is that it's kind of hard to scale, but I mean, the other ones are hard to scale too. So at the end, I think if you're setting yourself apart somehow, right, like all the techniques we showed in the presentation, you're trying to do things differently, right? Like everyone in the space is saying, send this typical DM or whatever, do this cold call by saying, hi, my name is Thomas and I'm from a paper lead company and whatever. If you say what everyone is saying, why do you think, like, put yourself in their shoes, why do you think they're gonna care, right?
Sure.
No one's gonna care if you don't set yourself apart, right? And I want to bring you in because that's a really good kind of example, right? Like because everyone talks about boring niches or unsaturated niches and all of this, but what about offers? Well, what other offers are you guys trying out? Right, everyone is saying, because we asked in the last Wednesday, we asked, well, what kind of niches you guys or offers you guys are running? Everyone said, assumed that it was a different version of the monthly retainer and the setup fee, right? But no one talked about really about the performance base. So I don't know. There are some people you can start asking. I'm just gonna leave them to ask the questions now. I was blocking it while I was talking, but yeah, all of them pop up now. Let's see.
Okay,
If you
one by one.
answer,
So the
yeah,
question about the offer, I think I already answered it. The name of
yeah,
the company, yeah. So my name of the company is PaperJob. PaperJob.ai.
I really
Uh,
like the name as well.
I,
I
I
like
think
names that are
on it
direct.
like for 2 months. I thought about it while I was working at a job, and I thought about it and said, I think it made sense. Just roofing for now, yeah, just roofing for now. But I have a few other niches less saturated I have in mind. But I think roofing is good. The only downside of the whole roofing, at least what I've seen, is that just because something is free does not mean that the conversation, the demo, the convincing part gets any easier. You still have to sell them on it, and you kind of still have to position it like, hey, listen, if we're gonna work together, payments on time. I want you to be honest with me about what closes, what jobs close. I want you to update the CRM weekly so that the commission structure is updated. Yeah, please deliver this onboarding form. Please sign this Panda doc, whatever, within a couple of days. All of this still needs to be in place. It's not like oh, it's free, because the thing is, you still run the risk where something is free, people don't value it. But no, I don't have any partners for now. And what made me start basically was like, yeah, I think most people know, you're in a 9 to 5 job and you're just like, oh man, I don't want to do this till 5,
Yeah.
What tools do I use? Few, actually. I would, depends for what, Mary. Like if it's, what exact tools are you looking for? How don't you let them lie to you? You ask access for their CRM. This is a non-negotiable. This is something that you have to have in writing, like a clause, right? So you don't get screwed over. For outreach, well, to be honest with you, it's gonna sound really, practical, but for outreach, because I have a limited budget, I know that my first three clients have to be like, very, very good. So I'm being very selective of who I pick, like Google Maps profile, CRM, these kind of things. Owner operators, but for the outreach itself, I'm just cold DMing. I'm cold calling, and yeah, I mean, I'm just cold emailing. So I would say there's one really good one for cold email. If you want to do kind of small campaigns, Mail Meter, Appify is good for scraping, and DMs. I don't know, just Facebook groups. I would say Facebook groups, but I still would be worried. Like it's temporary. Like I would say it's like you can only post so many times in a week until like people start seeing your name that you're posting this offer. So what I would say is like just that's a good start if you're like on a budget. Like me, for example, I'm on a budget. So my plan is to like 2-3 clients, cold DMs, cold calling, and then as soon as 2-3 clients, make 2-3K per each client, and then ads or cold email. Like it's not. I don't want to be. I mean, cold calling's fine. You can hire a team and whatever. You can build like a little sales team, hire VAs from the Philippines with really good English accents. That's what I would do in the future, just to kind of supplement the ads. But like this is like very temporary. Like I don't want to be doing. I don't want to be doing cold DMs past like month 2. Like that's what I would do personally. I don't know if that's what Alfredo did when he
Yeah.
launched his.
So I'm also gonna let you ask some questions. I know you had some questions that maybe people have already also here. But yeah, to answer yours, how we started, again, always think of the mentality like all of this you mentioned and all of the cold outreach techniques work, right? All of them work, right? Again, the whole mindset is how do you make something different? How do you distinguish yourself? So if you're in a Facebook group, instead of saying, "Hey guys, I'm selling a receptionist. Is anyone interested?" Maybe you can use different tactics, right? Like you can say, "Hey, I'm building this project," and you build it like you're a developer that you build in this project project and you want some reviews of people trying it out. So you put in a Facebook group saying something like, hey, I'm a developer. I just created a native voice agent for roofing companies that help them answer calls. I don't know if it's any good. Is there anyone here that might be interested in testing it out? Right? Really simple, and you put it in business groups or in roofing groups or whatever, right? Instead of pitching, right? That's how you kind of set yourself apart. Look for different strategies. Use AI not to tell you which one are the ones that are working, because all of them are working. Is how do you set yourself apart? Tell it. Let's think about the outside the box for a second. How can we set ourselves apart so it doesn't feel like a sales pitch every time, right? And you can use different leverages, right? Like you can um yeah, I mean there's so much ways. The only one that I don't like that much is cold email, and the reason is uh, because you need to do a lot actually to get your first kind of clients in.
Mhm.
You need to do a lot of volume, right? For and if you get lucky, it's kind of hard, right? But there are different strategies. Like you can create a demo, a Loom video, instead of sending out a simple message like everyone is sending through email. Record a Loom video, right? And a Loom video showing the agent and saying, look, I built this agent from some restoration companies, right? And you show the agent live and you show it. You don't know the leverage you get by showing instead of telling, right? Show
Mhm.
as much as you can. And many people say, well, content, you can do content about what you're doing, and business owners are going to see it, right? You do content also works like not necessarily the content I do, but that surprisingly enough, the content I do has brought us customers as well, clients a lot actually, for doing content about you showing the agents, right, and how they're working, and how it would go if there are a business owner, and how you would audit their phone line and how you would go about it. That's videos you can do. You can sell. Another good one is, well, for roofing. For roofing, I think the best one is either calling, right, and trying to get the numbers, or Facebook, right? Because in LinkedIn you're gonna find some, but it's gonna be hard. um, but Facebook groups, there are a lot of roofing owners in Facebook group, because at the end, if you know your ICP, it's a 60-year-old guy, right? And where do 60-year-old guys hang? In Facebook groups?
Not on LinkedIn, I'll tell you that.
No, not on LinkedIn. I mean, you might find some, uh, obviously, but it's gonna be really hard, right?
Yeah.
And also, the other advice I would give you, many people are trying to reach the owner,
Mm.
right? You don't always have to reach the owner. If you find the wife of the owner and you find her on LinkedIn, or you find the son that is probably going to be the one that is actually going to inherit the actual company, and you found them on LinkedIn or whatever, contact them. And probably the son is going to be more willing to actually try a demo or whatever. So it's not always trying to find the owner first, right? Like a technique we use for cold callers, many people say, so when you're doing cold call for voice agencies, how do you get past the gatekeeper, right? Pitch them, right? Actually, pitch the gatekeeper your agent, right? You're not going to tell them exactly what you would tell an owner, but for example, this cold call could go for a gatekeeper. You say something like, um, yeah, what times you got close, whatever, and you say, well, I actually build you guys an AI voice agent that's going to help you answer the calls and whatever. You're going to tell, well, this is not for me, or you should talk to the owner or whatever. I mean, receptionists are the most undervalued person in the company. So if you make them feel valuable, I mean, you'll set yourself apart from every other person that's doing a coco, right? How do you do that? You thrown in a joke here and there. You tell, look, I do cocos every day. I know how hard it is to actually answer the phone, right? Like you kind of get into their good side, right? And you tell them, actually one of our, and this is actually true for us, one of our best or our best referral partners are a receptionist, right? They, because at the end of the line, you're helping them out as well. So you don't pitch the agent like it's gonna replace you. You pitch the agent like it's gonna be the one that's gonna help her do their job better. They can't handle the
Admin work.
calls. Yeah, they can handle calls, two calls or three calls at the same time. They don't want to answer the phone after hours. They don't want to answer the phone when they're on a lunch break, right? So you, at the end of the line, you're helping them out. You can sell this as an AI receptionist companion, right? Like a receptionist or a front desk companion, right? I see Renee Sands questions. You build your own SaaS or you use Hermes. LinkedIn is for the tech bros. 100%. I agree. I build a cold calling agent that pitches for me. Trying it out next month. I'll have it call 100 business a day. Just social experiment. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Rena, I don't know if you wanna talk, but it's illegal to actually do cold call with agents. Okay, so there are other techniques, right? You can't, uh, and I thought you could do this at first, and when we started, it wasn't actually a problem because agents weren't like classified legally, right? But now they are, and cold calls are illegal, sadly, to do with the agents, right? What you can do is if you're running ads or if you have a list of leads that opted in or whatever, um, you can have them fill out a form and you can have an agent call them, a speed to lead agent, right? You can 100% do that. But doing cold calls, illegal. I mean, sad to say, but it's illegal. Um, but well, Thomas, thank you very much.
Thank you. Really good.
So much. Thank you very much. If you don't have any questions or you want to ask me anything, go ahead. Or well, if you, Thomas, had any questions, let me know. If not, we can continue. Is there anyone else that wants their? We just had Thomas for today, not to waste more time for anyone. But if there's anyone else, I mean, we can audit your, or we can kind of answer uh, your questions. Let me know. If not, client one. So what's gonna be? Let me see if you're seeing. Yeah, I'll just hire a closer team. Yeah, 100%. Client number one in 7 days. So they want pick one niche, score it using the pane structure, then scrape 50 local businesses off of Google Maps, build your demo agent with Hermes, plus record the drop voicemail, drop 20 voicemail plus DMs in the case you're running ads or something like that. Follow up, touch two, book one of three demos, run the audit call using the audit method, use the demo move, right? Send proposal, free room equals setup plus monthly. Okay. For tool, that's it. Hermes, Google Maps or a scraper, slide broadcast if you're doing the whole voicemail drop, and a calendar link. That's all you need. This is your cheat sheet. Okay. You can screenshot this. I'm going to post this as well in the school community. And you got the entire play. Now, whoever is in this room is gonna get access to the premium community for only $29. It was 49, and you have that price locked for life. So if you, any of you guys on the call want to get into the premium community, I saw that one joined on the call. But let me double and triple check. Oh, I saw one guy join the school. Okay, see one guy joined the premium one. Very good. So, is there anyone else that has any questions? So, if you go to the community and you upgrade, you'll see the $29 kind of price. I see that someone joined here. I see Andrew joined the other call.
Alfredo, I wrote down in the comments messages that I would like to join the premium community for life. So if you have the link, I'd love to join.
Yeah. Okay. If you go, let me see if I can find it so everyone has it easily for you. But if you're already in the community, you can just upgrade, right? But let me see how I make it easy. So yeah, I saw some people join the other live that became open, but so if you just go to the select plan, you'll be able to upgrade.
Is that on the AI Voice Kit hub on school or web?
On school.
Okay. Right now.
I see another person also join.
Updates, gems, wins. This is under which tab, Alfredo?
This is under you should see. Let me see how
updates build together gems.
You should see somewhere to upgrade, right?
Yeah, I saw it. It was covered by the Google Meeting. Perfect.
See it online.
VIP.
You'll see another person also join. Very good. We'll have the locked in price, and after the call, we're basically gonna look in back to the previous. But really good, really good. Oh, another.
All right, Alfredo. I just joined. I just upgraded to the VIP plan.
Some. Also, I see someone else also did. See two premium, two VIPs. Very good. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, you'll get with the monthly VIP calls, the weekly ones, monthly personal agent. We also help you out building the agents right ourselves with our team, and you get basically like a guaranteed hot seat every call for the weekly calls we run. Okay, and then we'll see you on the next weekly call. Everything would be announced, okay, in the school community, this specifically for VIP or premium members. But you'll see as the group starts growing a little bit. But thank you very much to everyone that joined today. Okay, if let me know if you still want to join the next week. We'll be running a free call again on Wednesday, and we'll be sharing some updates and some details of the next calls for the premium and VIP groups as well in the school community. So be pretty attentive there. And thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you then next week, and we'll see each other in the actual school community. Thank you very much. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, have a really good day and rest of your week. So is there a video course on the school? So mostly what is gonna get you is a weekly live call where we're gonna help you basically one to one. So if you get to the premium or to the VIP group, right, you're gonna get a weekly one to one call, right, with the rest of the people in that group. So it's gonna be I can help you out, like every single problem that you have. We can see it live on a weekly call, right? And you get support from other people, so you can acquire a show the VIP if you want. It's only $29 a month, and it's gonna be locked only for now. Okay, so after this call ends, it's gonna increase to $59. So I mean, is your guys' time already? Three people upgraded. It's really good. Oh, and the fourth one, awesome. Uh, so I'm gonna leave here 2 minutes for if Show, if Reno, if you guys want to join the community now. Dawood, you guys can join the community now. The other ones pretty much either are in the community or they already joined. I see right. Sorry, say that again. Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting because there are some people that are still thinking of kind of pain, and when I finish this code, this is gonna end. So no, this is basically it. This is basically it. We'll see. We'll be aware of the school community for updates for our weekly call, for the if you're a VIP member, for the benefits you're getting. And well, I think you already have a DM line directly with me, so you already got the benefit before anyone else. But that's kind of one of the benefits also of the AP group. Okay, I see someone else joined. Rakesh, Smasher, Showbiz. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments. Everyone else, if you want to start leaving, you can start leaving now. Very good. We'll end up everything. Showbiz, is there a video course on the school? You get a weekly call with us, so don't worry about it. Rakesh, Smasher, Showbiz, do you guys have any questions before I go? Reno, no, it left. Well, you guys have a really good one, and we'll see you next time.